on the Aggie Sports Network. From Learfield, Aggie basketball has been brought to you by Sports Academy and Racket Club. Your club, your results, your life. Zions Bank. For 150 years of helping you succeed, Zions Bank is for you. Ford. Build Ford proud. Also by Stokes. Stokes Trucking. Doing the right thing since 1979. Welcome to Aggie Postgame. Here's Scott Gerard.
Welcome on back. Utah State gets the victory 79-49 in the championship game of the Cayman Island Classic. As the MVP award is about to be announced, as on the all-tournament team is Mason Falslev. No official word as of yet. Waiting for the announcement to be made as to who the tournament MVP is going to be, as we wait to see exactly who earns the honor. But Utah State's going to bring home the trophy as the champion of the Cayman Island Classic. What a performance tonight for the Aggies, winning this game 79-49 over Stephen F. Austin. I hope people understand just how dominating performance this was against a really good team. This is a Stephen F. Austin team that beat Loyola Marymount, and then the next night just absolutely beat Drake. And Great Osobor should be named your MVP here any moment.
Finally, to present our winning team with the championship trophy, joining our two ministers, our CEO and president of
as
Sports,
Utah State gets the victory. A little bit of confusion here as they're trying to figure out who to hand all the awards to. But this Utah State team is coming home with a, pretty impressive trophy, honestly. Oh, here comes the MVP. I don't know if you can hear this or not, but we'll try to get the MVP award here.
We need to know the name of the most valuable player, because right in my hand right here. Okay.
This guy kind of
supposed to put the name inside, so I guess I'm doing the announcement.
This guy's opening up the envelope.
So excited about having you guys here. Trust me. All the Cayman Island kids here love you. Trust me, they don't get to see this every day. So the most valuable player who will be awarded 2 first-class tickets back to the Cayman Islands from any destination in the United States.
Wow.
Vacation right here in Cayman Islands is great.
Well, now that's kind of cool. We're living in that world of NIL where Great Osobor just won himself 2 first-class tickets to come back here to the Cayman Islands. Hey, you don't see that happen very often. It's a new world of college athletics. So congratulations to Great Osobor, who just earned himself the MVP of the Cayman Island tournament. He ends up with, on the night tonight, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, as Utah State really picks up an impressive victory. Mason Falslev, if you want to talk about an MVP of this individual game, it's probably Mason Falslev, who had 19 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. But overall, if you look at the entire body of work from what Utah State was able to do tonight and throughout the entire tournament, Great Osobor was just fantastic. Double-doubles in the first 2 games, played 35 minutes tonight and had 14 points. But don't overlook the play of Darius Brown, who I thought also had himself a fantastic night tonight and really got the scoring going in the second half. When it was a 4-point game, just seconds into the second half, and he's able to get the bucket, get the end one, push the lead to 7, and then after that, Utah State, it was just off to the races. It was a complete dominating performance on the offensive side and the defensive side, and what this team was able to do from a complete domination standpoint was just absolutely tremendous to watch. You can see what this team can do on back-to-back nights. Utah State holds a team well below their season average. So last night, Akron came in averaging 84 points a game. They're only able to score, 62? So 20-plus points behind their average. Tonight, Stephen F. Austin came in averaging 86 points per game. Utah State holds them to 49 points, 37 points underneath their season average. That just shows you defensively what Utah State can do when they're locked in and able to be really dialed in from a defensive ability. This team is playing great, especially on the perimeter. I know the teams they've beaten aren't necessarily the who's who of college basketball. Doesn't matter. They're good teams Utah State's playing, and they're good teams Utah State's beating right now. Take a break, come back, we'll continue on your post-game show. Your post-game show brought to you by Farm Bureau agent Brandon Jensen. Make sure to contact him at 435-752-4800. That's 435-752-4800. It's your future. Let's protect it. You're listening to Aggie Basketball from Learfield.
Thank you for letting Cache Valley Ear, Nose, and Throat, the Allergy Clinic, and the Hearing Aid Center take care of your family medical needs this year. Make sure you call now for an appointment before the end of the year to utilize your cafeteria funds. Located in Providence and the new Three Peaks Medical Plaza, North Logan. The entire staff, along with Dr. Benyon, Blotter, and Robinette, wish you a safe and wonderful holiday season. Go to CacheValleyENT.com for details. Most insurance products, including Select Med, are accepted.
Holiday parties and events at the Riverwoods Conference Center offer a festive and fun holiday atmosphere. Paired with catering from Elements Restaurant, your special occasion can include tasty hors d'oeuvres, delicious entrees, and decadent desserts that always deliver excellence. Now accepting reservations for this holiday season. The Riverwoods Conference Center and Elements Restaurant easily accommodate large or small events. Visit theriverwoods.com or call 750-5151.
Adams Wealth Advisors is proud to announce that they've been named as one of the best financial advisory firms in the country by USA Today. Start maximizing your wealth potential with a team of experienced advisors who specialize in working with high net worth individuals. Let Adams Wealth Advisors help you achieve your financial goals with a personalized approach to investment management and planning. For more information on how Adams Wealth Advisors can help you achieve your financial goals, go to adamswealthadvisors.com. That's adamswealthadvisors.com.
Don't get caught without power to your home or business. This is Tyler with Golden Spike Electric. We offer Generac backup generators to keep your home or business warm, avoiding frozen pipes, loss of valuable food, or even a flooded basement. Golden Spike Electric is certified and factory trained, so you know it will be installed right and properly maintained. Contact Golden Spike Electric so you'll never be without power again. Online at gsegenerators.com. We also service other brands, Golden Spike Electric and Generac. Power you can count on.
Utah State Aggie Sports is sponsored by Prodigy Brewing, Logan's family-friendly brew pub. Best of Northern Utah winner on News Talk KVNU.
Lots of pictures, lots of action going on here, a lot of conversations. Okay. As Utah State gets it done tonight, final score in this one, 79-49, a 30-point victory for the Aggies. They're going to leave the Cayman Islands with some hardware, beautiful trophy, and Utah State gets the W. It's a fun one tonight. These guys, this is how you start something special. This is how you start some good momentum and carrying it into the rest of the non-conference season and the conference season as well. All right, let's go through some stats here. 14 points for Great Osobor, who also has 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, and 3 block shots. And Great Osobor named as your tournament MVP. Darius Brown, a double-double tonight, 11 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds, and 1 steal. Mason Falslev, just fantastic tonight. 19 points. As Utah State's going to go, and they're going to light the A blue right now. This is cool. Just about 2 feet from us as they light the A blue. Josh Aduje, 2 points, 11 minutes. Isaac Johnson, 8 points. Really got the team off to a good start, too. 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 block shot. Going down the list, Jackson Grant saw some time. Javon Jackson did not score, played 4 minutes. Max Ogbong-Polo with 4. Carson Templin with 8 was really key in the first half. And Ian Martinez with 13 points in 26 minutes. He also had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals in this game. Overall, Utah State forced 18 turnovers. They did turn it over 16 times, but that number just a tad bit inflated, honestly, with some of those turnovers down the stretch. The one thing I thought was really interesting and kind of fun to watch here is those points off of turnovers. Utah State is able to turn those 18 turnovers of Stephen F. Austin into 23 points. Utah State with those 16 turnovers, Stephen F. Austin only got 6 points. So if you add up, again, Stephen F. Austin had averaged over 40 points a game off of turnovers and second chance points. Tonight, that number was 8. 6 points off of turnovers of Utah State and 2 second chance points, whereas Utah State had 7 second chance points and 23 points off of turnovers. So 30 points total for the Aggies in this one, off of, again, turnovers and second chance points. Looking at Stephen F. Austin, only one player in double figures for the Lumberjacks, and that is that was Antwi Boasiako, who ended up with 11 points. Other than that, Josel with 8, Hall with 9, Lebrun with 3, Kajust with 6, Jenkins with 3, Christmas with 4, Stone with 4. They held a lot of dudes under their season averages tonight just because Utah State was so good from a defensive standpoint, continuing to really play great basketball. This was a team also in Stephen F. Austin that had averaged nearly 46% from 3. Tonight they were 3 of 17. You want to do the math on that, folks? That's 17%. They held Utah State held them to 33% from the field overall. And then looking at the free throw shooting, Utah State only allowed 11 free throws tonight. The Aggies, hey, they were perfect in the second half, 5 for 5. Free throw, 7 of 12 overall tonight for Utah State. After going 2 of 7 from the free throw line in the first half, they were perfect in the second half. Utah State 55% from the field, 4 of 15 from the three-point line, 26%, although they were 4 of 9 in the second half for 44%. That 0 for 6 from 3. But this is the difference that you're seeing from this Utah State team this year as opposed to last year. And again, that was a tremendous team, NCAA tournament team, not taking anything away from last year's team. But what's been really fun to watch is the level of physicality that this team has, the ability of this team to be able to handle haymakers and really still continue to play well. And then the third thing is if the three ball's not falling, it's okay. You still have a great inside presence. You have a guy with a back-to-the-basket game in Great Osobor, and you have the ability to run stuff and get shots at the rim, something that Utah State may have struggled with last year. Aggies lead the rebounding advantage 38-28, both teams with 10 offensive rebounds. The Aggies assisted on 20 of their 34 made buckets tonight. And overall, I mean, look, we can go through the stats all day on this one while we wait for Coach Danny Sprinkle to come over, who's having himself a heck of a time, and deservedly so, because he's enjoying this win. But ultimately, it was just an old-fashioned take you behind the whooping shed and just let you have it in the second half. I mean, you just don't see these kind of performances like this very often, where the Aggies outscored Stephen F. Austin 47-23 in the second half. Yep, that's going to get it done more often than not. All right, Aggies get it done. 79-49. Your post-game show, again, brought to you by Farm Bureau agent Brandon Jensen. Make sure to contact him, 435-752-4800. That's 435-752-4800. It's your future. Let's protect it. We'll take another break, come back. Your post-game show rolls on from the Cayman Islands as Utah State gets the dominating 79-49 victory over Stephen F. Austin on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Aggie fans, it's that time of year again to start thinking about colder temperatures, skiing, and snowboarding at Beaver Mountain. Our student season passes are available online beginning September 1st at skithebeeve.com. That's skithebeeve.com. Grade 6 through college unlimited season passes are only $375. Come hang out with us this winter and experience the best winter recreation Cache Valley has to offer. Thanks for all the support throughout the years. And as always, ski the Beeve and think snow.
For your next anniversary, give her the gift of diamonds from S.E. Needham Jewelers. Diamond jewelry makes a woman feel cherished. She'll also be impressed with your fine taste. Choose from an extensive selection of diamond earrings, diamond pendants, diamond bands, and diamond bracelets. You can expect the best price every day of the year. No need to negotiate because we offer our best price up front with our exclusive integrity price guarantee. S.E. Needham's is known for quality jewelry for more than a century. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 7. S.E. Needham Jewelers, middle of the block at the sign of the clock.
State with the dominating 79-49 victory. Joining us now, Darius Brown with a huge performance tonight. 11 points, 10 assists, a double-double tonight for Darius. And I know the music's playing. I know it's loud, but thanks for hanging out with us, man. Congratulations. Hell of a victory for you guys tonight.
Thank you. Huge victory.
All right, so second half, they get a quick bucket. You're only up by 4. You get the bucket and the end one. It felt like you were feeling like I need to be a little bit more aggressive from a scoring standpoint. Did you feel that? Did you feel that tonight coming into the second half?
Well, SFA is a really good defensive team. They're aggressive, and they know how to try to take you out of your offense. And sometimes with being aggressive, there's times where it opens up the driving lanes because they're trying to deny. So I knew from out of the second half, after evaluating for the first half and stuff like that, that I knew that there's certain plays where I can take my guy and have an open lane, and I just had to make sure I finish the basket.
These guys are so aggressive on what they do defensively. They forced 18 turnovers a game. They get a lot of points off of turnovers and second chance points. And you guys did have some turnovers, but for the most part, it never really felt like they were able to capitalize on them. In fact, on your 16 turnovers, they only got 6 points off of those turnovers. You turned them over 18 times and turned it into 27 points.
Well, that was part of the scout. That was the game plan. That's what we knew they did. They turn the ball over. They like to run in transition. And that's something that we work on every day is transition defense. So even if we do turn the ball over, which it happens, we need to make sure we get back. And Coach Sprinkle makes sure that we practice that, and it showed up today in today's game. And that's why we only allowed 49 points.
They averaged 86 coming into this game. Dude, that's almost 40 points below their average.
Yeah,
and you did the same to Akron the night before. What is it about this defense that's allowing you guys to really slow guys down?
Sprinkle's a defensive-minded coach, and that's all I'm not going to say that's all we do, but that's what we do during practice. We work on defense, and we work on the different type of teams, how to adjust, how to guard different situations, and transition was huge for this team, and that's what we work on every day. So it just played right into our favor, and everything showed out. People hit shots. Great performance overall.
I know this coaching staff's been around you for a long time. I've only had a chance to be around you for a bit, but what's always really impressed me in these first 6 games, you're never too high, you're never too low. You just stay steady regardless of what's going on in a game. Is that just who you've always been? Is that just your personality?
Yeah, I'd like to say that I've been a part of a lot of basketball games, and I know how quick things could change. So, 12 minutes left, we go on a run. You don't want to get too excited and then let them back in and give them hope. So it's one of those things where I've just played a lot of basketball, and I know how quick things could turn. I know how quick things could turn around, and that's just something I keep in my head during every single game. It's like, it's not over, it's not over, it's not over. You need to keep the foot down. Don't get too high, don't get too low. And if we're down by a lot ever, it's not too much. There's always a lot of time. So.
You've been playing this college basketball game for a while, but this is a new experience for you, a new team, a new city, a new university. How's that transition gone for you?
The transition's been great. I mean, we've been doing a lot of bonding since the summer, since we got here, and there's been some bumps, and there will continue to be growing pains and all that type of stuff. But it's been fun. It's been fun going through these growing pains. I love these guys. They're all great, and obviously it made it easier. Me and Great tried to make it easier for everybody since, we came with these coaches, so we can relate the message on what they want and what to expect out of all these things. So that, that's something that that me and Great try to help out with, and something that showed up.
Great came off the bench last year. You got a big, a great, obviously tremendous player at center last year at Montana State, and he was the 6th man of the year. He now transitions to being the guy. How do you feel like he's handled it? Because obviously he played really well in this tournament.
Well, Great's always been able to handle it. Even last year, Great could have started at 90% of the schools. He had a great big in front of him. He's talked about it in multiple interviews about Jabril Bello and how he's, you know, he helped him out. He learned a lot from him. And Gray could have started for 90% of the college programs in the country, maybe more than that. But, you know, it helped him. He was able to learn, and now he knew it was going to be his time to shine. And he's doing exactly that.
So this is fun. You win a title, you bring home a trophy and all that, but it's still mid-November. This team has a lot of work to do. What do you guys need to do to continue to improve so that come March you're holding up another one of these in Las Vegas?
A little bit of everything. Just we just got to get back in the lab, keep working, and a little bit of everything. That's really it. You know, just like you said, can't get too high off this, can't get too low. You know, just we celebrate it. Then when we get back to Logan, it's back to work.
I appreciate all the work you've done and the work you're going to continue to do. Thanks for being a part of this program.
Thank you.
There you go. Appreciate it, man. There he is. Darius Brown, double-double tonight, 11 points, 10 assists. Utah State gets the victory, and joining us now, Danny Sprinkle. Coach, has that dude always been as even-keeled? I mean, like, he never gets too high, he never gets too low. Even in interviews, just steady Eddie. Is that just who he is?
He is, and it took me a while to learn how to coach him last year because I'm not that.
Yeah.
And, you know, and so, but then I know when he's motivated. I can still tell when he needs to get jumped a little bit, but thank God we have him. You know, he controlled the whole game, you know, and to do that against a defensive team like Stephen F. Austin, because we've seen what they've done to other guards in this tournament that are really good guards, and he controlled the entire 40 minutes.
Well, and it really felt like, because for the most part he's been a facilitator, his assist numbers have always been through the roof, but when you're up 4 after that first bucket from Stephen F. Austin and he drives and gets that end one, and then it just felt like that was the spark, and he felt like he realized, okay, I can take my guy off the dribble, I'm going to take advantage of this right now.
Yeah. And the way they guard, you know, we wanted to just completely spread them out. We wanted to get 4 corners, and we wanted them to guard the bounce. You know, and they're good at it, but we wanted them to have to guard in one-on-one situations. And, you know, you can see the way they play, you're not able to run your offense. Like, really, everything we did tonight, you know, there was a couple little sets we put in, but other than that, it was just guys playing and spreading out. And that's where a player like Darius, you know, is so valuable.
And you were able to really isolate Osibor early in the second half, and with the lob down low, and boy, they just had no answer for him.
Yeah, you know, he just, when they guard like that and they're so up the line, you know, that's where we got some top-down passes to him. You know, and when he gets it down there, you know, he's a problem. And, you know, he set the tone. I thought he had some great defensive possessions, blocking shots, and really rebounded down there, too.
So this is a team that shot well over 45% from 3. They averaged 86 points per game. You hold them to less than 20% from 3 and about 40 points below their season average. You did the same thing to Akron the night before defensively. This team's really shaping up to be a pretty good defensive team. I know you still have a long ways to go, but boy, you see the pieces here in place.
Yeah, you know, and I think we're getting a little tougher. You know, I thought we made a big jump from the Southern Utah game. You know, like I mentioned, we had a good film session and a great practice before we came here. And I really feel like that kind of set the tone, and our guys knew coming here. We weren't coming on vacation. We weren't coming with our beach clothes. Like, we were coming to get some work done.
There were a lot of teams that spent a lot of time on the beach. I was talking to one of your players, and he goes, no, we're working. This is a business trip.
They know I was out there walking around, and if I saw them, they knew it would be a problem. So.
Hey, got to give props. I thought Carson was great, especially there in that first half.
He was phenomenal. His energy in the first half and a couple of those dunks, and just that's what he does, you know. And it was a great game for him. You know, I got to keep finding minutes for him because that's what he does. He brings toughness and he brings energy to the game.
You know, there was a moment too, and we talk about basketball IQ a lot. He grabs a rebound while falling down and calls a timeout to avoid the travel.
Huge play.
Yeah.
I mean, because that was, you know, the game was kind of still in balance at that time. It was like 14 or 15, but against a team like Stephen F., like, that's nothing, you know, and it was a really heads-up play by a freshman.
And then overall, too, you look at, you know, Mason had himself a night, and he's just a spark plug. And you know, he still has a bowl in a china shop kind of mentality, but there's just something that he brings from a spark standpoint that really just can elevate this squad.
It is, and I love that bowl in a china shop mentality. Like, he's got to keep that, you know, and against every team we play, he's got to keep that. And he's got to put pressure on people to guard him because he's so fast and athletic, and he's strong when he wants to be. And I'm really proud of him, and I hope he hears it because he actually played off 2 feet tonight a couple times and got some and ones where in the past he'd been just running like a wild horse, you know. and he really slowed down and did a great job tonight.
Don't see a lot of games where a fan gets kicked out of a game.
Yeah, I don't know, but I love that energy, like
yeah, they brought it.
It's great, yeah. I mean, Stephen F. brought it, and that's great. Their fans were great, and like I said, all three of these games felt like a conference game. It had a great atmosphere.
Well, what was really cool, and you and I talked a little bit I don't know if we talked about it on the air or not, but you played 3 teams with 3 very distinct styles of play.
Yes.
And you got exposed to a lot of different things that you'll probably see in the Mountain West Conference. Not only do you come down with hardware, but you also come back home with a lot of experience in some really difficult situations.
Yeah, and I mean, the best thing is getting minutes for all these guys, and this team just needs more time together on the court, going through adversity. You see what some of our guys can do, too. Like, there were some great moments, man, that we can really build on as a team, and I think a lot of the guys got a lot of confidence from this week.
How important are these experiences and these MTEs, especially with a team that's being brought together for the first time? Nobody outside of your guys from Montana State's really played together, and you're getting away from, I know these guys still have schoolwork, but you're away from everybody else. You're isolated. You're in the same hotel. You're forced to be around each other. How advantageous can that be?
That's the best thing about these tournaments, and not only because we won it, but for every team, when you can go spend 5-6 days and you're kind of at the hotel. You get a lot of team bonding. The guys get a lot of time together, and that's what ultimately wins games. And I felt like our guys, just seeing them even joke around in the conference room and at meals and things like that, you can see them coming together.
Well, you don't have much time to enjoy it because you go home and then you're off to St. Louis.
So. Exactly. That's fine. It's basketball season.
No rest for the weary. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you. Go
Heck
Aggies.
of a victory. There he is, Danny Sprinkle. Aggies get the victory. That conversation brought to you by Sports Academy and Racket Club. Your club, your results, your life. All right, folks, we're going to hop on a plane and come on back home. Utah State, your Cayman Island Classic champions, with a dominating 30-point victory over Stephen F. Austin. Appreciate everyone listening. That wraps it up for us. We'll be back with you next week as Utah State takes on St. Louis on Tuesday. This is Aggie basketball from Learfield.
You watched the game, or you heard it all here on KVNU. So now it's your chance to give your thoughts and ask your questions about the action as KVNU Aggie Game Day continues with Aggie Call. The phone number is 435-753-KVNU. Text line is 435-339-0321 for your comments and questions. Aggie Call is brought to you by Daryl's Appliance, Advanced Heating and Air, Advanced Fireplace and Stove, Golden Spike Electric, Alpine Home Medical, S.E. Needham Jewelers, My Mattress, Riverwoods Conference Center, Prodigy Brewing, Cache Valley Bank, Aegis Healthcare, and Jarek's Fine Jewelry. And now, here's John Russell and the longtime voice of the Aggies, Al Lewis, for KVNU Game Day Aggie Call.
And we will get to Jalen Moore here in just a moment or two as well. But before we get started, let's pause for station identification. We're right at the top of the hour, and then we'll get the comments from John and Jalen on the game and from you. And this is KVNU's Game Day.
The home of Aggie basketball, with pregame beginning 1 hour before tip-off and postgame interviews and Aggie Call after the game on News Talk KVNU Logan.
All right, Al Lewis, John Russell, and Jalen Moore in just a moment here. I'll give John first word because he's here. He's watched the game with me, streaming-wise. This team has been a giant killer. They've beaten Duke the last little while. They beat LSU. They've beaten West Virginia. Stephen F. Austin has the 8th best winning record in college basketball the last 11 years. And after they blew out Drake in their game, I was thinking, oh my, this could be a real challenge for the Aggies. And that 4-point, when it's a 4-point game starting the second half, you're thinking, here we go. It's been a bad finish kind of in the first half for the team. And boy, did the Aggies rip them.
Well, you talk about dominating Drake, who turned around in their game today.
Dominated.
Crushed Akron. It's a team that's had great success over the years, has a very specific way they like to play their game. And the Aggies just came in, took them out of it, really deflated them. And towards the end, really the middle of the second half there, seemed like they had given up.
It was a 23-7 run after that, and then later a 17-3 run by Utah State second half. Jalen, I don't know. I don't really think we saw this one coming like this. That was a dominating performance in the second half.
Yeah, it really was. And like we said, the game was kind of really up-tempo, back and forth in the first half. I thought Carson came in and gave us a lot of good minutes in the first half and made some big plays. I thought this is obviously the best game that Mason had played all season. I thought he looked really well, really good, played tremendous both halves, right? And I just think he shot the ball well. He attacked the rim. He facilitated. He did everything you needed him to do. And if he can consistently do that, I think we're going to be a very good team. But yeah, I thought that second half was one of the best halves we played all season. And to do it to the team we did it to, right? To a good team, a team coming off 2 wins as well in the same tournament. I just thought that was the best ball that we have played so far this season.
And it was an interesting. One of your keys tonight was to see somebody else beside Great be a part of the offense, and we saw that. But in some ways, I was a little more impressed by Great tonight defensively in this game, a little bit around the rim. He was kind of an intimidator inside.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job, and they're a little bit undersized, so I thought he took that rim protecting role and did a good job with it. He protected the rim, he rebounded well, and like you said, we got multiple scores this game, and I thought even Isaac, Carson, I think other guys like that have kind of been, well, you have to give Carson credit, right? He hadn't played in the first 2 games. He came in, had a big game, and I thought Great did a good job all around today. Showcase defense, showcase his offense. I thought that was a great all-around game by him as well.
What did you say, John? He gets 2 tickets to come back to Cayman Islands because he was the MVP of the tournament.
2 first-class
tickets.
So.
How about that? I mean, you talk about nowadays that players can get something for different things. There you go.
Well, he'll be. It was great watching the end of the game because their Minister of Tourism came out and made a great point. I mean, those kids there don't get to see basketball like that, and where they saw some good basketball.
Really
Jalen, we talk about, it seems like every night we're talking Great has a good game, Brown has a good game, but it seems like every game somebody else is stepping up. It's a nice little dilemma Coach has on his hands.
Yeah, it really is, and that's what, like I said, that's what makes the toughest teams, right? You have multiple guys any night out that can win a game for you and be an offensive threat. And this today was Mason's game. Great, obviously double figures. Darius Brown double figures. Ian Martinez also double figures. But I think Mason really took over this game. Scored at all 3 levels. Was good defensively. I think as long as we just keep going in this same direction, have a different scorer, someone other than Great and Darius Brown that steps up, and you have that 3-headed monster, I think it makes us a really tough team going forward in every game.
No doubt. One of the things we saw kind of a couple times in the game that Max was playing at the top on defense. This is hands down the most athletic team we've seen here in a while. What does that do for Coach Sprinkle and his ability specifically on the defensive side?
Yeah, it makes them be able to be aggressive defensively because they have the athletes that are able to recover. But it also makes pick and rolls a little bit easier. They can switch some stuff because we got big guys that can get in the stance. We got guys with length. We can contest most shots. I just think defensively, as everybody starts to figure out the system that Coach Sprinkle runs, the aggressiveness that he wants all of his players to have, all that kind of stuff defensively, I think going forward, as we've showcased in the last few games, we can really be a threat defensively. We kind of slacked in the SUU game, but since then, the last 3 games defensively, we've looked really good.
Yeah, sure have. What do you take, or what does Coach take after this? Going in, playing 3 games in a row, on the road, neutral site, different teams. What do you take away from these 3 games moving forward?
Well, I like that a lot of the teams are similar to, some of the teams we're going to see in conference, and as well, like I touched with Al earlier, going to St. Louis, UC Irvine coming here. A lot of these teams are very similar. So I think there's going to be a lot of learning points still, even though we won, but a lot of great areas that you can show to your guys to show like what you guys are capable of when everybody's locked in offensively and defensively. And like I said, defensively, I thought this tournament, if we can just keep doing what we did defensively and the offense keeps up as well, I think we become a big problem. So I think, from this tournament he's going to can still always learn from every game, but I think there's going to be a lot of positive things that he can show the team, and they can just continue to build on that as well.
Do you think they got the message after Southern Utah, Jalen, with the coach and the practice and the film study? It sounds like they're at least coachable, this team is.
Yeah, for sure, and that's a good thing too, right? You can see like the way that they responded to that, right? It wasn't negative. It was positive. They got back after it defensively and have done a great job ever since then. So obviously the message got across, and that just goes to show with some of the adjustments that Coach Sprinkle makes throughout the season and throughout the games. He's got guys that can respond to that and have the awareness to make those adjustments, and you've seen that now in 3 games after that SUU game.
And, and they interviewed him after the game, Scott did. Darius Brown, he got back into the second half. I was thinking, okay, this guy's in a real shooting slump. He doesn't even want to shoot. You could kind of tell a little bit. And boy, we saw what he can really do, still getting the assists, but handling the basketball. He's a big part of this team for sure, keeping it all together. They'll take on 4-2 St. Louis in their next game. That's where St. Louis is right now. Jalen, you were right on with your keys. You said we have to win the rebound battle because the only game they've lost this year, they got out-rebounded. We out-rebounded by 10. And I mentioned the offensive threat thing. Your Bees are lock and key locks were exactly right on. You are terrific, and we do appreciate that very much from you, Jalen.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Please have a very happy Thanksgiving for you and Jimmy and the whole family and Sue and everybody else, okay?
Awesome. You guys too, and we'll be talking again on Tuesday.
Yep, a week from now, they'll be at St. Louis. All right, Jalen, thank you very much. Jalen Moore joining with us, the all-time Aggie great. Also, we're brought to you post-game by Jarek's Fine Jewelry. Make it special. Make it Jarek's. Golden Spike Electric, reminding you that backup generator would be perfect for your business or home, especially as we head towards the winter season. Get with Golden Spike Electric on that. And we also want to mention Les Olson Company. Les Olson, everything from copiers to outsourced IT services for you. It's Les Olson Company. And we're back with more of KVNU Game Day Now, your show. You can call in 753-KVNU-5868. You can text us at 435-339-0321 on this Basketball Tuesday night from the islands. Cayman Islands, Aggies are the champions easily, 79-49. Who would have believed it?
Black Friday has started at Daryl's Appliance in Benson. They've stocked up so they can give you the lowest prices of the year. Save up to 50% off select appliances. Plus, you get an exclusive 2-year warranty with all scratch and dent appliances. Double dip with their exclusive mail-in rebates. And if you need financing, they have 12 months interest-free available. Daryl's Black Friday sale. See store for details. Daryl's, your first and last call. Find them west on Airport Road, open until 6 p.m. on weekdays, 5 on Saturday.
It's that first kiss, that moment in time.
This is Jarek from Jarek's Fine Jewelry. Everyone knows us as an engagement ring store, but not everyone knows about everything else we do. Custom design, our in-house laser jewelry repair. We offer fashion jewelry, charm bracelets, necklaces, earrings, birthstone jewelry, watches. We love people to just look and make a wish list. Stop in and say hi.
Jarek's Fine Jewelry. Make it special, make it Jarek's.
This is Ryan, My Mattress. Google any mattress we have for our Black Friday sale and you'll see that we are less expensive than anywhere in the country. If that's not enough, get free AirPods Pro, Blackstone Griddle, Serenoni Blanket, or Day Spa package at Rosehaven Skin Bar with your Black Friday purchase. IntelliBed Purple at the lowest prices of the year along with Tempur-Pedic. All sizes available. Lowest prices plus free gifts. Only at My Mattress. The Black Friday sale going on right now. Isn't it time to sleep exceptionally?
Aggie Sports on KVNU is sponsored by the new Liberty Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Montpelier, Daryl's Appliance, Advanced Heating and Air, Golden Spike Electric, Alpine Home Medical, S.E. Needham Jewelers, My Mattress, Prodigy Brewing, The Advocates, Cash Valley Bank, Aegis Healthcare, Jarek's Fine Jewelry, and Les Olson IT on KVNU, the heritage home for the Aggies.
'Tis the season, and if you're getting engaged, bring that special someone to S.E. Needham Jewelers. You'll love our extensive selection of beautiful engagement rings. Also, you'll select a diamond from Utah's largest selection of loose diamonds. You'll find a unique ring at an affordable price with diamonds direct from Antwerp, Belgium at internet pricing. It just doesn't get better. And you may also take advantage of our 12-month interest-free financing. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 7, where Utah gets engaged. S.E. Needham Jewelers, middle of the block, at the sign of the clock.
When it comes to home care, it's important to know you have a choice. If you or a loved one is in need of hospice or home health services, remember that Primrose Home Care and Hospice believes in treating the patient as well as the problem. We work directly with you and your doctor to create a health plan that's catered to your needs. Our team is devoted to providing options in the freedom and safety of your own home. Visit us at primrosecare.com or call to schedule a free consultation. Primrose Home Care and Hospice, your local hospice and home health provider since 2006.
KVNU Game Day is back with Aggie Call. Call 753-KVNU or 800-369-KVNU.
Never trailed in this game, never trailed in the Marshall game in the tournament. Now, again, never wider than a 6-point margin in the game in the middle of it all. We saw some good stuff, and tell you what, the Aggies, I have to keep reminding myself, okay, this is just 6 games in, 5-1. I mean, there's long ways to go. You're playing neutral court down at a place like this, not many people there. You don't know motivations at all. You're going to get in tougher environments, different things like that. But, I mean, it looks like, again, Coach Sprinkle, we thought there were elements there when he had this team. We wondered how they'd be offensively. I still wonder about our shooting ability as a team in the group. But, boy, if you can get to the basket and pass the ball like this team does and then play the D they're playing, you can win basketball games.
Well, defense wins games. It's that simple. You very rarely see a team that will have championship success. They may win in the regular season, but you get into conference play, you get into tournaments, all of a sudden the defense gets ramped up. I think we were all excited when Coach Sprinkle came in. You saw the bodies come in that he brought in. You had guys that were different types of players than we had seen in a while. But what's been great is seeing the improvement overall. We've got a couple of texts here.
Let me mention texts tonight to get started, brought to you by Primrose Home Health and Hospice. Experience exceptional home health care in the comfort of your own home.
So this one, I want to read this one because it's a great segue into the rest of the show. And first of all, we have great listeners.
Oh, absolutely.
2444 texted in at 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Okay.
Their text, exciting win for the Aggies last night. Love the way the team competes. I know the defense will be good, but I've been impressed with the offensive improvements so far in the 2 tournament games. Well, let's transition to the game tonight. I think the offense, they shot 57% on the night. And it wasn't, they got hot early and then kind of slacked off. I think they were basically 56, 57 both halves. And the offense ran well. Darius Brown, I'll tell you what, he is a floor general. If you're watching, what do you have?
10 assists, 1 turnover, I think, in the game.
But if you were listening to the Flow TV, the Flow Sports, their broadcaster said one of the best point guards in the country. And I kind of looked at you, Al, and I kind of was like, well, in the country.
But he is.
But he sure is showing that he can do
right
that.
Now, yeah.
So no doubt. 24-44 followed up. Wow, that performance was something else. This team is getting better and better each game. The sky is the limit. I just don't know how we're going to trim the rotation down when it comes to conference play. It's a good point.
You don't need to worry about it, though. But they'll be able to handle that, and there'll be situations where fouls, there'll be injury, a knock on wood, there'll be that kind of stuff's going to happen.
But I, the great thing is listening to Brown in his post game interview and the comments that Scott Gerard made, Coach made. The guy seems like he's just
he is.
He has a great game. He's going to be the same way as he is if he has a poor game. But his answer was, one of the questions, where do we go from here? And he said, we just get better.
Get better and go back to the gym.
Exactly. So
back to the laboratory. I think that's what he said. I think that's what I said.
93-15, a couple of comments, always good at coming in here. Looks like the Aggies told SFA that they may have a Christmas, but we have a great.
Yes, they did. They did have a Christmas on their team. Yes, he did bank a shot one time in the game.
And
we do have a great.
I really want to throw out this tournament win in itself should be reason alone that every home game should be sold out. this is a good basketball team that's just going to get better.
More athleticism we've seen on the court. And, hey, Carson Templin tonight hasn't, it's kind of like what Javon Jackson did after he didn't play the Bradley game. Then he came in and made himself really help in the Southern Utah game. Without Carson's energy in the first half, this one could have been a little bit in trouble. It was still not a wide margin even at the half, and he helped the Aggies. He had 8 points in the first half.
Yeah, and you're right. Very, very prominent in what happened. What's interesting, though, is you look at the minutes, you would think they would kind of be, standard game by game. You'd see normal things. Templin, not only did he come in and was productive, he had 15 minutes of time. That's a lot of time. You saw Isaac Johnson.
Isaac's played a long time, and he had a good game.
And he had a great game. And I that's what I like about Coach, is he turns around. If you're playing hard and you're hustling, and Isaac's defense was the best I've seen all year this year.
Blocked a shot,
there, moved a little better. He's going to let you play. If you're not putting that effort forward, you're going to sit on the bench.
And Isaac can shoot the basketball.
Yeah.
So anything else there for now?
That's it for now.
We'd love to hear from you at 435-339-0321. Or also you can call in, 753-KVNU, post-game Aggie call after Utah State wins 79-49. It was 47-23 in the second half. That's right. The first half was 32-26. If you didn't listen, didn't watch the streaming, Aggies never trailed, led 4-0, 4-2. That's as close as Stephen F. Austin ever was. The rest of the game, 4 was as close as they got. Aggies went out to a 10-2 lead, led 15-8, led 17-11, led 24-15. First time by double figures at 28-17 on a Falslev drive. But then the rest of the first half, they only scored 4 more points, and it was 32-26. Start the second half, they got inside and made a basket to make it 4 again, 32-28. And then that's when Brown, Falslev, Osabor, Falslev, it made the run right there, a quick, fast, 11-0 run there to start it off. They get one basket, then the Aggies get a couple more. Eventually, that is a 23-7 run by Utah State to really win the game, take it out to 20, and eventually it went to 30, and that's where the final score was at 79 in fact, we led by 34 points at one time there late in the game on a Falslev drive, and win at 79-49. So 753-KVNU or the text line. We'd love to hear from you, and we've got more post-game coming up as we continue on our KVNU Game Day. Brought to you in part by Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning. Remember, help out the food pantry. Make a donation or give them a canned food item, and they'll give you a discount on your service from Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning for the food pantry. Also brought to you by Alpine Home Medical, compression stockings, CPAP supplies, lift chairs, oxygen supplies, and a whole lot more. Your one-stop home medical equipment company. And also service provider is Alpine Home Medical. And My Mattress, the 2 locations, and they have IntelliBed and Purple to sleep better. Your local sleep experts. The very best from My Mattress as we continue on KVNU Game Day.
Hi, I'm Jay Broadbent with Alpine Home Medical. I'd like to invite you to learn more about us. Since 1997, we've been Utah's premier one-stop shop for home medical equipment. What sets us apart at Alpine Home Medical is the superior level of customer service. We provide home oxygen, CPAPs, wheelchairs, scooters, breast pumps, and so much more. Come on down and get to know us.
Alpine Home Medical, we bring wellness home.
Visit alpinehomemedical.com.
Thank you for letting Cache Valley Ear, Nose, and Throat, the Allergy Clinic, and the Hearing Aid Center take care of your family medical needs this year. Make sure you call now for an appointment before the end of the year to utilize your cafeteria funds. Located in Providence and the new Three Peaks Medical Plaza, North Logan. The entire staff, along with Dr. Benyon, Blotter, and Robinette, wish you a safe and wonderful holiday season. Go to CacheValleyENT.com for details. Most insurance products, including Select Med, are accepted.
Hello, Cache Valley. This is Tom Hale at Blue Sky Restoration, formerly ARS. Remember, got a mess? Call ARS. We want to let you know that here at Blue Sky, we still have the same great staff, we provide the same excellent service, and are ready to help you in your time of need with water mitigation, mold remediation, or a fire. Thank you for trusting our staff and myself for over 35 years with your disaster needs, and we will continue to be here for you. From Blue Sky Restoration to you and yours, we wish you the safest and happiest holidays.
Les Olson IT's structured cabling is second to none. Tired of old and inefficient cabling? Have an upgrade or remodel planned? Building a new network from the ground up? We offer the very best in low voltage cabling installation, including data, phone, fiber optic, and more. Ask us how to get your free consultation today.
Les Olsen IT.
This Aggie broadcast is brought to you by Advanced Heating and Air, 3-time Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist on News Talk KVNU, where Utah State is always number one.
On this Tuesday night, I know some high school games are going on, and on various stations in our building. I hope the guys there bring us some scores by so we can let you know about how that's going. And we're, of course, here, though, to talk about the Aggies winning now, again, what is that, 4 games in a row after the loss to Bradley. 79-49. They win all 3 games in the Cayman Island tournament. Again, the close game is the one that they did beat against Akron, and then Akron's blown out today by, it's kind of surprising. Drake blew them out. Stephen F. Austin blew out Drake, and then the Aggies blew out Stephen F. Austin.
Yeah.
So
It just shows.
Matchups are interesting in basketball, how they do go together and how certain teams can play certain teams and can't play other teams. And not to say, but again, like I said, this is a team that's been a winning program quietly under the radar, beating some good teams down through the years. They've been to the tournament and won twice in the NCAA tournament recently. We, of course, we got to go back a long ways till we can do that. So this is the program. Like I said, when I started looking at this, I had no idea they were in the WAC conference now.
Yeah.
The WAC is totally wacky different than what it was we were in.
Well, nowadays it's hard to tell who's where any time. It just shows you have to come ready to play and not rely on 1 or 2 guys. And again, the Aggies, it's just great that they have the depth, they have the ability to say, you know what, if you're having an off game, if you're not putting forward the effort, you're going to sit on the bench. Because there's other guys that can play.
And we've seen that with the coach already. But then he all of a sudden gives Templin a moment or two, and it really helped the Aggies tonight. So it's tremendous how it's happening. And SC Needham Jewelers is one of our sponsors. Remember, they custom design rings in store or online, scneedhamjewelers.com. As you think about Christmas, you got to think about SC Needham Jewelers. And speaking about this team looking great, we do have a great player, and his name is Great, and he was the MVP, and he talked to the media about his, again, 3 wins and 3 good games in a row.
It was really good. We came to the Cayman Islands. Obviously, it's a beautiful place. We played against some really good teams. Credit to every team that we played. I just want to thank God for the opportunity to have this blessing to come to a place like here and do the things that I love to do, like play basketball. I really get to play basketball in the Cayman Islands. Like, that's what I do. I want to thank my teammates. Everyone contributed. Captain Temple was really big time for us today. He was awesome. He brought energy. And I want to thank the coaching staff here for trusting me and having the role that I have in this team. Even in days where, like, you expect me to have a super game every game, I thought, okay, I played really bad, but everyone on my team is like, honestly, Greg, you look at the box score, you still have like 14-7. Like, I pride myself in being able to impact the game, even in situations where it might not be an amazing game, you know?
Great, Jason Walker with Cache Valley Daily. I mean, this is you guys' 3rd game in 3 days, but it didn't look like you guys were all that tired out there running the floor a lot. I guess, how did you guys kind of buckle down and still play really well on your 3rd game in 3 days?
Shout out to the coaching staff, man. They keep us ready. Like Jimmy, our strength and conditioning guy, he looks after us. Brett Ritter, our trainer, he looks after us. Like, I've been on an ice bath every night after each game. Me and DB are playing a lot of minutes right now. DB's used to it. I'm not really used to it, but I feel like I'm adjusting pretty well. It just speaks volumes to the staff that we have here at Utah State. Just helps us to stay ready.
Hey, great. This is Patrick Mayhorn from the Ag Ship. I want to ask about your defense here as a team. You hold them to 3. They had 3 assists. They shot 34% from the field. What were you guys able to do against an offense that's put up a lot of points?
Wow. It just speaks volume to every one of our players, man. Every player that came on the court, they knew if you want to stay on the court with Coach Sprinkle, you have to play defense. Especially in a day where, like, whatever, I'm not dropping 25 or 30. I felt like I had to set the tone at least with my defense, and I think I did a pretty good job of, like, shutting down the paint, So lead by example.
Great. And I know you mentioned the the performance from Carson Templin, but and also the fact that you and Darius had played a lot of minutes. Like, so how big was it to have performances like Carson and also Mason and Ian? And how big was it to have those guys playing so well, when you and Darius had put a lot of minutes, in the last couple of games?
Oh, those players are big time. Carson's big time. Mason Falslev is really big time. And Ian Martinez is big time for us. Like, the energy they bring, like, I feel like that just speaks volume of our team. Like, on any given night, anyone can come in and contribute to winning. Like, I also want to give a big shout out to, like, Darlin Grant, Jackson Smith, Landon Branson. Like, they were really locked in and scout this whole week, and like they prepared us. Like, the fact that we have guys willing to play their role and like help us be prepared for games like this, it just speaks to the success we've had so far, and we need to continue that for the rest of the season.
I want to ask about the physicality of this game. This is obviously a physical team, known for being physical, that you guys were playing against. You out-rebound them by 10. It seems like you had the poise down the stretch. How were you able to do that?
Coach Sprinkle let us know last night that if you were going to be soft in a game like this, just tell him so he doesn't play you. And I feel like we got the message. We came in ready. We were going to set the tone, and he wrote on the board, the aggressor always wins. And tonight, I felt like we were the aggressors,
All right, guys, one last question.
Great. I just asked about that second half. I mean, first half, it was mostly even. You guys did take a couple of big leads, but 6 points at halftime. You win the game by 30. Like, what was the key in that second half to just, running them off the floor in a sense?
I feel like me and DB, as players who have a lot of experience right now, we sat down at halftime, and I specifically said, okay, I'm not having my usual whatever, 15 points in a half, whatever, but one thing we can control is defense. Our graduate assistant, Xavier Bishop, sat down with me and told me, hey, bro, just control what you can control, go out there and dominate. And I felt like I did that on the defensive end today.
All right, great Osabor, the MVP of the tournament for the Aggies, again with 3 games, 2 double-doubles, and then today 14 and 7. But like I said, those defense, the 3 block shots, he did kind of, and again, he took advantage because this is not a big team, and he was in there and very patient, letting people get it in. They backed in on him a couple of times, and he didn't foul on those plays. But again, when all of a sudden he had a chance, he swatted some shots away and was in the way, and they didn't get a lot of second chances.
And you heard him talk about it. He was a factor in other ways throughout the game. And it's got to be nice when other guys step up and give him a chance. We've talked here a lot about some of the other guys and what they've done, but really you have to tip your hat to Mason Falslev, who just had a great game tonight.
And he's. I think we saw a little of that even in the exhibition game, how he played. Mm-hmm. And so I think that we're all anticipating, that this is going to be a guy that we're going to, really, really love by the end of the season and by the, in his Aggie career, because he wants to be here, wants to play hard. That's the thing. You like the effort and the determination of him and everybody on this team. You can tell that they better go out and play hard. And I think maybe Isaac Johnson even got a little bit of that mention of how he got out there and got more playing time in this game tonight.
Learned a little lesson, recognized that he had to get out and do some things.
Because he's had a couple of games where he's played like 5 or 6 minutes and hasn't played a lot.
Yeah.
But, and then you have to also tip your hat to Ian Martinez. He made 2 shot clock shots in this game to give us 5 points. One of them was a desperation 3. And he is really an offensive guy. He really can be.
And it's great because it allows the other guys to not feel as pressured. We've seen this with some of the Aggie teams in the past where when it came down to the last second, now, when Sam Merrill had the ball, you're okay with that. But there have been some other seasons where you were a little concerned who had the ball, who was going to be willing to take the shot. And I look at our roster, and there's several guys, Martinez being one of those, that perfectly comfortable having the ball in his hands as the clock's wearing down. As you mentioned tonight, 2 shots at the shot clock buzzer, and he buries them.
And he had 13 points in about 26 minutes, I think, of playing time. All right, 753-KVNU is your phone number, or the text line is 339-0321. You want to talk about Utah State basketball? Again, the Aggies win by 30 tonight to win the Cayman Islands Classic Championship. So they got the one at Myrtle Beach, couple years ago. Last year came up short by one game in Hawaii when they were there. But Utah State's done pretty well with these preseason tournaments the last little bit.
Keep doing it.
You need to go out and do this, and everybody wants to take advantage of 3 games, 3 days, and it's not bad to go to Cayman Islands. I'm sure the guys still got a chance to put their toe in the ocean somewhere along the way. All right, game day continues. Aggies win by 79-49, and we're brought to you in part by Cafe Sabor. Hey, still tonight, you can head over there by the train depot, the old trade depot, not by it, in it. And then also, you can also think about that tomorrow evening when you get the family here before you have the big Thanksgiving dinner. And if you're out shopping on Black Friday, there's going to be another spot. You can stop at Cafe Sabor here locally. Also, DD Auto and Salvage. They can pick up and haul away your junk and metal. No job's too big for them. And Daryl's Appliance in beautiful downtown Benson. Again, they do have the worry-free delivery and installation. When you buy from them, they'll install all appliances they sell, hook up water or gas to your appliances, and haul away your old ones for free. Go online, Darryls.com. And we're back with more Game Day after this.
Hi, this is Rusty Allen with LSS Insurance. There are so many choices when it comes to Medicare. Annual enrollment is October 1st through December 7th. Call LSS Insurance 752-9493. We are here to help. We will research plan benefits and costs and look up your medications so there are no surprises at the pharmacy. There is no cost to work with us, and you will love having a local agent. Call 752-9493. Want to get the most out of your Medicare benefits? Come see us at LSS Insurance.
This is Justin Hamilton from Cafe Sabor and Off-Premise Catering. The holidays can be so hectic. That's why I'm so excited to make your holiday catering so simple. Maybe it's a last-minute holiday office lunch, family get-together, or corporate party. I can handle any size gathering with my Off-Premise Catering team. You'll love Cafe Sabor's favorites are Hamilton Steak and Seafood, prime rib, salmon, and all the trimmings. The menu is up to you. Let my Off-Premise Catering team handle your last-minute holiday event at your office, home, Cafe Sabor, or one of our many banquet facilities. Call 755-9500. That's 755-9500. Happy holidays from your friends at Cafe Sabor and your Off-Premise Catering team.
Aegis Home Health and Hospice is your premier healthcare provider. When your loved one needs care, at home, wherever home is, allow Aegis Home Health and Hospice to help. I'm Josh Fenton, part of the Aegis team, where we customize healthcare for optimal results. Our award-winning staff brings character, experience, and trust. Contact us today and see why we were voted Best of Northern Utah. Call 435-723-9000 or visit our website at myaegis.com.
Advanced Heating and AC and Advanced Fireplace and Stove want to help local families this year with a food drive. Drop off your canned foods at Advanced Heating across from DI or hand them to one of their technicians when they come to your home for a repair. And to say thank you, the Advanced team will match all your contributions and offer a 20% discount on your next service call. Find out more at advancedfireplaceandstove.com or call 752-7272. Donate to Advanced Fireplace and Stove's canned food drive for local families.
We're not comfortable until you are. Advanced Heating and Air.
More analysis about today's game and your chance to talk about it. It's KVNU Game Day with Aggie Call. Here's the voice of the Aggies, Al Lewis and John Russell.
Yep, and your voice as well is always available with us post-game as Utah State goes to 5-1 with the victory tonight, 79-49. I think we've kind of analyzed or at least given you the stats and some of the other. We'll go through final stats one more time on all the numbers, but I think I put in here really heads-up play by Templin in the first half. I wrote down on the outside, first half, I wrote down here, we're playing too fast at that one stretch. I thought we kind of got into the pace that they wanted us to play, and we got up to a really good start, and we got a little bit kind of ragged there for a while. We had 5 turnovers at the second media timeout, so that's 8 minutes into the game. And then we only ended up with 9 at the end of the first half. And then we only had 4 turnovers in the second half. We actually ended up then with a bunch right at the end of the game when things were kind of running out. We ran the shot clock out a couple of times or had some air balls and things like that. But, I mean, then we seemed to kind of settle down. The second half, we just were on it. I don't know if that's an adjustment with what's going on or something, but somewhere we played better in the second half, for sure.
And that's an important thing to talk about. We've said that so far. Some of our listeners
and Jalen mentioned
in.
it too. He thought that there were some adjustments going on.
Yeah, is that Coach Sprinkle seems to do a really good job to maybe not even necessarily make an adjustment, but just kind of get in the guys' heads a little bit and say, okay, wait, slow down a little bit. You're playing at their tempo. You play what the game plan that we put together, and you're going to have success. It clearly worked. You were right. They were a little too frazzled running a little too quick, and he got them to slow down.
Too fast. Hey, remember, they do have Thanksgiving dinner at Riverwoods Conference Center at Elements, so you can contact them and see if they still have availability for you for Thanksgiving dinner there for you and your family, and all your parties for the holiday season. They can help you, small or big, at the Cache Valley's largest, most versatile event center, Riverwoods. You said you have a few more texts.
Yeah, 5879 texted an epic Aggie win. Certainly a great win and great way to finish off the tournament. 9315 followed up. How do you pick a role player from this team? There are just so many great players.
I don't know. I mean, Max is definitely a defender for this team. I don't think you can really rely. I hope we can find more offense from him. And I got one more segment that I'll probably play in the St. Louis game with him, talking about his coming to Utah State and how he got here and things like that. So you can listen up pregame before the St. Louis game next Tuesday night. But he's that role. I don't know. They're versatile. I mean, you know what I mean. I mean, Great can be versatile. Brown, I think, could be offense and defense for sure. He's the defensive player of the year last year in the Big Sky. You can see how he can lock down people and what he's been doing when he's on it. So. And, Falslev is a guy who does everything tonight. He almost he got started towards almost a triple-double.
Yeah, he was
starting to get in the numbers tonight.
Had he stuck in the game, probably would have had it. You just have different guys that have different skill sets, and some of them are developing. Templin, just great fan of his effort tonight.
That could be a role guy off the bench to come in and give you some energy and some physical play, and you're ready to be a bull in the china shop a little bit too.
Now, one thing that was interesting, I really like Martinez coming off the bench. Provides that spark, that energy you need off the bench. But he started the second half, so not really sure what happened there. But,
because Udajay has been starting, and normally the starting five stays in, and that didn't happen.
But he had an off night tonight, so maybe Coach recognized something. Again, you go back to, as we've talked about, there's a lot of moving parts with this team yet. And I'm not sure they're really going to lock in. I think there's some guys. Great will always be a key factor. Brown will be a key factor. But after that, I think it depends on how guys perform in practice.
Well, Osabor's going to play. Martinez is going to play. Brown's going to play. Falsev's going to play. Udajay's still going to play. Johnson's going to play. Javon Jackson will probably play. Max and Carson and Khalifa.
Yeah.
Now, Burris is getting a little on, I don't know, the transfer from Idaho. I thought that, he's a freshman of the year in the Big Sky, so I thought maybe he'd be more. He doesn't seem to be finding it right now. So he and Jackson would kind of be on the outside looking in, and then you'd have to maybe say Jackson Grant, who did get in right there at the end of the game, but it doesn't look like he's in the mix right now. So the mix is kind of those guys, and these guys are kind of maybe once in a while, the other ones.
But
Jackson's already had a couple of good performances, though.
And you've got to be ready to go, because you never know when somebody's I'm not going to talk about getting hurt. I'm going to say they got the flu.
Yeah.
Somebody's just not able, they get into foul trouble, or you're just having a lousy night and coach recognizes and says, sorry, you're going to have to sit for a while. But it's nice to have the depth. It's nice to have to make that call. Hey, one more text here real quick. Great synopsis of the game from 1027. Great win today. Defense strong, holding a team that scores in the 80s to 49 points, holding to their 3-point percentage to 18%. Defense wins games. Still concerned about free throw shooting. Struggled in the first half. No doubt about that. But again, following up, Great had a wonderful tournament and deserved the MVP, and Mason was just a great game.
It was really good stuff for those guys. This St. Louis team that we play next Tuesday, a week from tonight, starts at 6 o'clock Logan time. It's on ESPN Plus for TV, and we'll have the radio, of course, here. They play Dartmouth before they play us, so I think Dartmouth is on Saturday this week, and then they play us on Tuesday.
Yep.
And I think, isn't it Coach Ford is there? The guy who was one time was at Oklahoma State, I think it was, as I remember.
One thing, while we look into that, one thing to note, though, is their leading scorer in through the first 4 games, Sincere Parker, looks like he broke a bone in his foot.
Ooh.
So he's out indefinitely. But a good matchup. They have a couple of really tall kids, but they're both freshmen.
6'10" and 7 feet, I'm looking.
One from China and one from, I think, the Netherlands.
Yep, you're right.
I'll tell you what, you can't play ball anymore with trying to tap into that foreign market.
I would have to look at, who are their seniors here. They have a 6'7" player, Dalger. They have a senior named Michael Meadows, who's out of Hollywood, California, a guard. They have a senior named Terrence Hargrove, who's 6'5", a forward from East St. Louis, so he's probably been there for a while. I don't know exactly if those guys usually, kind of look at the seniors and you think, okay, that would be it. But again, Parker, as you mentioned, he averages 17 points a game so far this year. Or now, I guess it's 15 points. No, it is 17.
No, 17.
17 points, 3 points.
But with him out of the game, somebody else is going to have to step up. Hargrove, Jimerson, and Dalger, they've been leading the team. They're the only ones that score more than 10 a game. So they'll want to get out, and they'll want to make it ugly. They'll want to make it a defensive battle and try and take the Aggies out of their game. But we saw that in this tournament. There were teams that wanted to make the Aggies play a different kind of basketball, and great coaching, great play, and they didn't fall.
And this is an A-10 team, which I believe the deal with this one, I think we go there, and I think they're going to eventually come here either the next year or the year after. Yeah. So I think this will be a home and home. I think
it'll be great. Good conference, the A-10.
Anything else then, John, tonight?
I think that might be all we've got tonight.
Okay. Hey, it was great. It was. The 3 games in Cayman Islands, the Aggies took care of them all. And, again, we appreciate all the people listening in for that. John, thanks a lot. You have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks. One quick question, okay. and likewise, but real quick, the schedule, the Aggies.
Football on Friday.
Yes.
So we'll be back at 11:30 for game day on Friday morning. The game's at 1:30 on Friday. It's on CBS Sports Network for television, and then we, of course, have the radio. Craig and I will be before the game. We got lots of interviews and facts and things like that. Then we'll have post-game with, I think Ryan Bohm's planning to be here with Eric Franson, and then we'll be back on Tuesday for that coming up. But we'll have 5 o'clock game day and 6 o'clock for the game, and then we'll be on after.
Just want to make sure we got that out.
Okay.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, my friend.
Happy Thanksgiving to you too, John. All right, and we mentioned Prodigy Brewing as one of our sponsors. Remember, downtown Logan, you can always go to Prodigy Brewing online and see their full menu, their lunch, dinner, Sunday brunch. Think about that. We've got family in town. That could be a great spot this weekend. And we've got one final break, and we'll come back and get you the stats on the game tonight as the Aggies win by 30 points over Stephen F. Austin. Stephen F. Austin State University in Nacogdoches, Texas, and the Lumberjacks fall to the Aggies.
Adams Wealth Advisors is proud to announce that they've been named as one of the best financial advisory firms in the country by USA Today. Start maximizing your wealth potential with a team of experienced advisors who specialize in working with high net worth individuals. Let Adams Wealth Advisors help you achieve your financial goals with a personalized approach to investment management and planning. For more information on how Adams Wealth Advisors can help you achieve your financial goals, go to adamswealthadvisors.com. That's adamswealthadvisors.com.
Prodigy Brewing is the perfect place to meet up with family and friends this holiday season. Whether you're sipping on a carefully crafted brew, enjoying a delicious juicy burger, or biting into a sizzling wood fire pizza, Prodigy Brewing is the place to be. Come in for Trivia Tuesdays or with friends and family to celebrate the season. Voted best craft beer and bar and grill in northern Utah. Cheers to making unforgettable memories at Prodigy Brewing on Center Street in downtown Logan. Prodigy Brewing, extraordinary service and family friendly.
Thank you for letting Cache Valley Ear, Nose, and Throat, the Allergy Clinic, and the Hearing Aid Center take care of your family medical needs this year. Make sure you call now for an appointment before the end of the year to utilize your cafeteria funds. Located in Providence and the new Three Peaks Medical Plaza, North Logan. The entire staff, along with Dr. Benyon, Blotter, and Robinette, wish you a safe and wonderful holiday season. Go to CacheValleyENT.com for details. Most insurance products, including Select Med, are accepted.
Hello, I'm Garrett Tanner, Operations Manager at Cache Valley Bank. With 20 years of banking experience, I strive to use my knowledge to help small businesses overcome any challenges they may face, no matter how complex. My customers are important to me, and I take a genuine interest in understanding their lives. Come visit me at our mall branch or give me a call. I'd love to get to know you and show you what opening an account at Cache Valley Bank can do for you. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC.
This Utah State Aggie broadcast is brought to you by Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Discover Cache Valley Bank on News Talk KVNU, the heritage home of Utah State sports.
Yeah, everything's about Cache Valley Bank right now because we always do final stats for Cache Valley Bank as Utah State again wins this game tonight and the Cayman Islands and led start to finish in this game. See, do they have points in the paint? 54 of Utah State's 79 points in the paint, 28 for the Lumberjacks in the game. Again, this is a team that was one of the best shooting teams in the nation, one of the highest scoring teams in the nation. They shot 34% against the Aggies, just 3 of 17 from 3, under 20%. They were, again, efficiency-wise, one of the top shooting teams, field goals and all that stuff, three-pointers and field goals in the country. They only made 8 of 11 free throws. They had 28 rebounds. They had 12 personal fouls, 3 assists is all. They blocked 4 shots, had 9 steals. They normally get about 10 or more a game, so they did get some steals in the game against the Aggies, but again, that was it. And they only had one double-figure scorer, and that was Bosiako, Antwi Bosiako. He ended up with 11 points. He did make that one three-pointer. Pretty good shot. Okay, here's the Aggie side. Khalifa Sacco played 2 minutes in this game and just had 2 fouls. Nigel Burris played 3 minutes and had a foul. Jackson Grant played 3 minutes, had an offensive rebound in the game, and that was it for him. Landon Brenchley played 3 minutes and did not get any stats. Javon Jackson played just 4 minutes in this game, 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3. He had a rebound. He had a personal foul and 2 turnovers. Max Agbankpolo ended up with 4 points in 15 minutes, 2 out of 4, 0 for 1 from 3, and had a rebound and a foul, and that was it. But Carson Templin tonight, 8 points all in the first half. In 15 minutes, he was 4 out of 7. He had 4 rebounds, 3 of them offensive rebounds. He had a foul, and he had a block shot. Ian Martinez, in 13 points, he played it in 27 minutes is what Templin did. Or I'm sorry, Martinez. He had 5 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 2 for 2 free throws, had 2 rebounds, had a foul, he had an assist, he had 4 turnovers, Ian Martinez did, and he had 2 steals. 2 points for Josh Aduje in 11 minutes is all, 1 out of 5, missed a 3, had 3 boards and an assist and a block shot while he was in. Isaac Johnson played 15 minutes, 4 out of 8, missed 2 threes, had 4 rebounds, he had 2 fouls, he had a turnover, he had a block shot, and 8 points. Darius Brown had the double-double with 11 and 10 assists. He had 1 turnover, he had 1 steal, 5 rebounds, and hit 4 of 5 shots, 2 out of 3 from 3. It would be good if he could get that shooting going because I think he could be the most consistent outside shooter. And then Mason Falslev in 32 minutes, 8 of 10, 1 out of 3 from 3, but 2 of 3 free throws. He had 9 rebounds. He had 3 fouls, 6 assists, 1 turnover, 1 block, 2 steals, 19 points, and Great Osabar ended up with 35 minutes, 6 of 11 for the field, 2 out of 6 from the foul line. Missed a bunch early. Had 7 rebounds. He had 2 fouls, 2 assists, 4 turnovers. That's the one problem that still keeps coming up. But 3 block shots and 3 steals and 14 points in that 35 minutes. Aggie shot 56%. They hit 4 of 15 threes, 7 of 12 free throws, but they did shoot much better in the second half. Out-rebounded by 10 and had 20 assists to the 16 turnovers and the assist on 20 of their 34 baskets in this game. So that's Utah State's numbers again for Cache Valley Bank tonight. Scott tells me that Richmond did beat UNLV tonight, 82-65. So UNLV is the first team in the conference that does have a losing record right now. They're 2-3. New Mexico State, Fresno, is that one done, John?
Let me double check here.
It was 60. New Mexico State was up 63-58 with about 3 minutes to go. So probably not done in Cancun.
No, 67-63. New Mexico State, about a minute and a half left.
And then New Mexico and Toledo are playing later tonight in Las Vegas. Lady Aggies will play tomorrow in their road trip to Riverside for the Thanksgiving.
And the Jazz, they're taking on Lakers. 44-33, about 5 left in the second quarter. Lakers winning
at L.A. I think that's the last game of this in-season tournament for the pool play. I think is the way it works out. Okay. That's it for tonight. Enjoy Thanksgiving. We'll be back with the morning news tomorrow morning on KVNU. And remember, also we'll be back again Friday for game day starting right at about 11:30. So for John Russell, for Jalen Moore, our sponsors, appreciate Jason Walker from Cache Valley Daily getting us the information, post-game interviews and all of that. The final is the Aggies win it by 30. And good night from KVNU, and we will say happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Know about it. Talk about it. News Talk KVNU 610 AM and 102.1 FM.